The natural state without reason, with an abundance of rivers, lakes, and streams loaded with adventure. Scenic views that will take your breath away. Biking trails and back roads just begging to be discovered. Sit back and relax as Ray Tucker and longtime journalist Brian Hendricks explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
I don't have to tell anybody in our listening audience that it's cold outside. I am coming your way from Morgantown, West Virginia, on the road with the Little Rock Trojans basketball team. We play here tomorrow night. As we came in here, Brian and Carlton Wings in the studio with Brian, I found out this is an outdoorsman's mecca here. In the mountains, rivers run through here, streams are everywhere. And I saw what I consider the second largest. I think it's the second largest I've ever seen Bass Pro Shop when you come into town. That's the first thing that jumps out at you guys.
Well, you know, they are a big outdoor state in West Virginia. I've got a couple of friends that own some property there and have got an invitation to come hunt deer and turkey with them, Ray, and I'm going to take them up on it. But, yeah, they've got a lot of good things there, but I wouldn't trade it for Arkansas for anything.
You know, the funny thing about it, Brian, when we drove in here from Pittsburgh, it was like driving into Fayetteville 20 years ago on Highway 71. I had flashbacks.
Is that right?
Yeah, I thought I had gone back 20 years and going into Fayetteville.
I remember the last time I flew in from Pittsburgh, and man, were my arms tired.
Yeah, that's when you had feathers and it wasn't duck season.
Well, I tell you what, it's cold all over the world, it seems like, Ray. And, duck season is going to start back up. The second segment of duck season is going to start Wednesday. And hunters are looking forward to that. We're going to have a duck hunting conversation with our good friend Josh Price. And I tell you what, I'm going to introduce another guy in the studio with us right now. It's Mr. Todd Pierce. And anybody that reads the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette and marvels at how great the Sunday and Thursday Outdoors page looks, here's your man right here. Mr. Pierce is the guy that designs all that.
Well, it helps when you have such good work to draw from. I just put it on the canvas. You do all the work.
Well, no, credit goes to where credit's due, and but we're doing this tonight, and I tell you what, we're going to welcome to the studio Mr. Josh Price. He is the moderator and I guess founder of the Arkansas Duck Hunters page on Facebook, and that page is a gathering place for a lot of people from all over the country. And if you want to know what's going on in the duck hunting world, that's a good place to start. And Josh Price, welcome to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Thank you for having me.
Well, what's going on in your part of the world? You're over in western Arkansas, right?
Yes, sir. I'm just outside of Fort Smith a little ways, and so I'm pretty fortunate in that I'm just a short drive to be in the Mississippi Flyway, or I can go west and get into Oklahoma and be in the Central Flyway. It's 3 hours for me to get into Kansas, going to Oklahoma City, or to be in Stuttgart. And so kind of a prime location to be if you don't mind a little bit of a drive to have a lot of options to go enjoy being in the outdoors and doing some duck hunting.
You know, it's kind of funny that we think of southeast Arkansas and northeast Arkansas as the center of the duck hunting world. But I lived over in Hartford, Arkansas. You might not know that, but I was in Hartford for a number of years and got to hunt all that over there, the Lavaca Bottoms and what became ultimately the Frog Bayou WMA. And I wrote an article for Arkansas Sportsman in 1994 called Go West Young Man for Ducks, and it talked about how great that was over there. And that particular hunt centered on the area that's now Frog Bayou WMA. And people don't understand how awesome the duck hunting, well, you know, you probably don't like me saying that either, Josh, but how awesome the duck hunting used to be in western Arkansas.
There's a lot of great opportunities here. It's like duck hunting anywhere. You're kind of dependent upon weather and fresh birds, and so you get a lot of birds traveling down the river to go, across from one flyway to the other, and so there's some times when it can be very magical, and then there's some days where you just get to enjoy being outside and maybe not shoot as much as you would on the other day.
I used to know a guy.
Well, I have to ask this question. Do you have some ducks there now?
Yeah, so we're on our split right now, and we've got a cold snap coming. It's going to be here Thursday. With us being on the split and, having birds able to rest and not be pushed around so much, they're getting comfortable. You're finding a lot more, sitting on the water, and it's going to be a great time whenever we get back after them.
The hunting over there is quite a bit different than what our listeners in Southeast Arkansas and Northeast Arkansas are used to. Describe that for us, if you would, what that's like.
Well, fortunately, out here you have a lot of options. If you want flooded timber, there's plenty of opportunity to go and get in some hardwoods with water sitting on it. If you want to go sit in some marshy fields or flooded fields, there's plenty of opportunity, especially with like Frog Bayou WMA. That's artificially flooded fields that are managed by the state. And so there's a lot of habitat, there's a lot of food, there's a lot of fresh soil that's getting fresh water put on it. And so you kind of have the opportunity to enjoy just about every aspect of it in, each style of hunting, whichever you choose, whether it be in a boat, in a field, in a flooded field, in timber, or whichever path you choose.
You got all those backwaters off the Arkansas River, and people don't understand how good, when it's on, when everything's right, how good the hunting can be on Lake Dardanelle and certain parts of Ozark Lake.
Yep. We get a lot of Canada geese. As far as snows and specks, you'll have them passing over, but you don't have the opportunity you do like out in eastern Arkansas for snows and specks. But you can get on a pretty good Canada goose hunt, and lots of opportunity for bird hunting.
Well, you founded, I guess, the Arkansas Duck Hunters page. How long has that been in existence, and how many members does that have?
Man, I'm going to guess probably 5 or 6 years. A good friend of mine, we were sitting actually out on Frog Bayou WMA, and we were talking about all the different groups on Facebook and social media where people could come together and talk about hunting. And we kind of saw a void where there was nothing specific to just hunting in Arkansas. And so we started it really as a local thing for, folks on our side of the state and from Northwest Arkansas to discuss, duck hunting here in the River Valley. And then it seemed like overnight it just took off. And, I mean, in the blink of an eye, it went from like 25 guys to 40,000, and now we're at pushing 50,000 almost. And so it's very active. It takes a little bit of babysitting because we kind of live in a world where there's a lot of opinions out there. Some of it's pretty accurate, some of it's pretty inaccurate, and so you don't want the wrong information getting out there, and you don't want to bring a negative influence or shine a bad light onto our hobby that we all enjoy. And so it does take a little bit of time to kind of babysit everybody, but it's something that we enjoy doing. And I think overall it's beneficial for everyone that's on the page.
What is the key? What is the key to, you talked about a lot of other options being out there. What is the key to making one take off and have staying power? We're going to head a break a little bit here.
Are you talking about a social media group?
Yeah, a social media group like that.
It needs to be welcoming to everybody. It needs to be something where people can come and find good information, use it as a resource to explore and learn something from it, take something positive from it. And so you're going to have the negative with the positive, but if you can make the positive outweigh the negative, and you have an opportunity for somebody that may be just getting into bird hunting or someone that doesn't want to deal with the drama, for them to go and socialize, talk about their passion that they enjoy with other folks that enjoy the same passion, and not deal with as much of the negativity, that group will grow.
All right, we're going to take us a little break here, make a little money, and we're going to be right back to talk with Josh Price with Arkansas Duck Hunters on Facebook. Join Ray Tucker on the other side, along with Todd Pierce. We'll be right back.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern born and raised and Arkansas based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
If you travel south towards Pine Bluff on 530, whether you're going home to Saracen or the Deer Woods or Duck Blind, don't forget to stock up at Dixon Road Wine and Spirits. Locally owned with great selections, Dixon Road Wine and Spirits is easy to get to, and their easy access drive-thru will have you on your way in a matter of minutes. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., and their prices are beyond competitive. That's Dixon Road Wine and Spirits, where you get more bang for your buck.
Did you buy elbow pads for the Black Friday battle? You're not going to need them because this year the Black Friday blowout at Gwatney Buick GMC has been stretched to all month long. So don't buy a turkey from another dealer. Head to Gwatney Buick GMC in North Little Rock. Get new Sierra 1500 up to 20% off MSRP. 2026 Terrains at just $279 a month. 2026 Buick Encore GX at just $199 a month. And don't forget the hottest crossover out there. 2025 Invista Preferred at just $179 per month. Black Friday is all month long. Zero chaos, zero drama, no combat. To get these Black Friday deals, you don't even have to camp out on our parking lot. It's the Black Friday blowout all month long at Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Call 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick GMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade. All offers with approved credit. Sierra based on MSRP of $55,370. Terrain, Encore, and Vista are low mileage leases.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
On your way to the Little Rock Airport, business travelers park fast at Expressway Airport parking. As you park, our shuttle picks you up, and a 60-second ride later, you're at the airport. Download our app and earn rewards. Simply scan the virtual gate pass to enter and scan again to exit. No waiting, and your receipt is emailed to you. Pay less than municipal airport parking at Expressway Airport parking, left of the airport entrance, next to the Comfort Inn.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Welcome back to Rick Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brian Hendricks in studio tonight. I'm out of town and a hunter's mecca over here in Morgantown, West Virginia. I'm doing basketball, not hunting, though, Brian. I know you can't wait to get out there and catch a few ducks.
I'm so ready. And, you know, when you were winding up for that pitch that you threw, I thought you were getting ready to say you saw the biggest buck you ever saw. I didn't see Bass Pro Shops coming. So we're back with Josh Price. We're talking social media. We're talking ducks. We're talking all things duck hunting. When we talk about social media, how is it that you're able to keep that thing? You got a lot of out-of-staters, a lot of non-residents, a lot of residents, and you have the inevitable clashes that come up. But you tend to keep that pretty good-natured.
Yeah, so there's 3 of us right now that are running it, but we also have a lot of features that we use through, I guess you'd call it artificial intelligence, that Facebook kind of provides and help managing groups that size. And so you can set up keywords that will flag a comment or flag a post, and it'll, show up as an alert to your group. And so instead of having to sit through every single comment made or every single post made, it will flag certain things, and you can catch them kind of in those filters and help regulate some of the things that really just don't need to be on there, that kind of bring a negative influence into what we all enjoy. And then between the 3 of us, if you just put a little bit of time into it and check out the filters that you put in place, you can keep pretty good control on a group that size.
What are the things that are people talking about right now? What's important to them? I noticed one that came up here that seemed to get a lot of traction, and I thought the guy had some pretty good points to make, some good ideas about things that he thought should be done to improve the experience on hunting public land. And we'll get to that in a minute. But what are the things people are talking about now in general?
Well, a lot of the posts that you see like that are opinionated, right? And so I think they lose track of there's federal mandates that the state has to abide by on how to control a season. The state has their own interest in how to control a season. And then you have a lot of opinions out there that come in. There's a lot of great ideas that can be contributed to and influence their decisions on how they regulate and control the hunting here in Arkansas. But a lot of times you can't take from one and give to the other without having a lot of pushback from one side or the other. And so I do think that there's a lot of great opportunity for us to make changes to benefit everyone that's enjoying hunting here in Arkansas. It's going to take maybe ruffling a few feathers with some folks, but I guess you're going to call it growing pains. It's part of it to make the entire sport more enjoyable for everybody, I guess.
Would it be safe to say that most of the clashes and conflicts and complaints that we have are just based on what right now is a pretty diminished resource, and that when I'm not going to say if, because it'll happen, when duck numbers come back to levels that they ought to be at in 5, 6, 7, 10 years?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that are influencing the duck numbers we have, though. And so weather is a big one. It kind of goes back to, you see a lot of back and forth on the internet with 2-stroke motors and 4-stroke motors and mud motors and no motors and all that. And we as a hunting community need to change some of the things that we're doing and how we operate to benefit everyone else. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter if you're in a kayak or you're in a mud boat or you're a 2-stroke. If you're paddling in or boating in and you're jumping birds that are resting in a hole off that hole, then you're influencing their habits and what they're going to do. And they're going to go find somewhere where they get less pressure. And it affects maybe just you or maybe everyone else that hunts that same area. And so if we can keep pressure off of them, and it doesn't matter if it's in a boat or a kayak or on foot or whatever, a resting duck that is comfortable in where they're at is more likely to come back to it, and it makes for a great hunt, whenever you're coming back to enjoy, the hunting side of things. And so a lot of people get in their boat and they'll go blow ducks off of a hole real fast to find out where birds are, and then they come back and hunt that same spot the next morning. And I think that really is impacting more than just the sound of the motor that's making is pushing birds out of where they're resting.
And
again, that's an opinion.
Yeah, you mentioned something we talked earlier before the season started about, or right as it started, about some guys that had been camping out on Lake Dardanelle for a week, and I was just amazed at that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you fools. And then the other part of me was like, my hat goes off to you. That's dedication.
We were laughing about it I was talking to my wife about it. We were talking about the people that were lined up at Best Buy for a week in advance to go Black Friday shopping. And I was sitting there going, man, I can't think of anything there that I'd want to camp out in a parking lot for a week. She's like, yeah, but you've done it for duck hunting, so just don't say anything. I was like, all right, you got me. Valid point. Valid point. And so I can tell you from experience, I haven't camped out for a week waiting to go sit in a hole, but a lot of times stuff like that isn't just about that first hunt. It's the experience of getting out with your friends, enjoying being in the outdoors, camping out, cooking on the campfire. You know, it's the same thing as going to deer camp for a week and hanging around camp there. You're just, you know, on the river or on a lake and enjoying your time at camp with your buddies, all anticipating what's about to happen on that opening morning. And so,
hey, Josh, we are about to take a break. Appreciate you calling in and joining us, talking some duck hunting here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
Thanks, Josh.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, make Double B's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in and around central Arkansas, there's a location near you. Stop by your nearest Double B's location and get a hot and fresh Double B's blend cup of coffee. It's always hot and fresh. And don't forget your favorite snacks. Many locations have hot delis where you can pick up a hot breakfast sandwich to start your day off right. Remember, it's Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go. Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $600 million. So, what would you do if you won?
If I won the jackpot, I would buy my own racehorse.
If I won the lottery, I would buy my wife a beach house.
First person I would call would be my husband. He's got a big mouth, but I would still call him first.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $600 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Is your yard ready for whatever Mother Nature throws your way? At A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, we make sure it is. Whether it's weatherizing your flower beds for the seasons ahead, building strong retaining walls to prevent erosion, or installing French drains to keep water where it belongs, we've got you covered. And when it's time to elevate your outdoor space, we build custom decks perfect for relaxing or entertaining. Call 501-794-2770 to transform your yard into a space you love, rain or shine. A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770, where we bring the green to your life.
Want to get in on the conversation? Shoot us a text at the D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-614-1037. D3 Auto Sales in Desart, the #1 independent dealer in the state, with the best prices and largest selection on pre-owned vehicles, including leveled and lifted trucks. Find them on Facebook. Whether it's football, baseball, or basketball, from high school to the pros, hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
I had to talk to Neil Atkinson with Sarah's Casino Resort in Pine Bluff. Neil, how are you tonight? We got a good Monday night game going on.
Yeah, we do. Got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chargers right now. The Chargers are leading the Eagles 10-3, so you can bet that live and in play. Right now, the Chargers are a -140 money line, and we're in between plays right now, and then that line will should update in a moment. And we also got all the lines out for the first rounds of the college football playoffs also. You want to go to the site and check that out, too. There's some interesting ones in there. And of note, the two controversial teams that got into the playoffs, Tulane Green Wave is a 17-point dog to the Ole Miss Rebels. And then, of course, James Madison is playing the Oregon Ducks. The Oregon Ducks are a 21.5-point favorite in a college football playoff game. So you've got that. And, of course, you got Miami and Texas A&M, with Texas A&M being a 4-point favorite. And then Alabama at Oklahoma. That one has got only at Oklahoma as a 1-point favorite. We'll see if that line moves a little bit before the game is played next week.
Looking forward to all those, Neil. A lot of fun.
Yep, it's an incredible time of year. Don't forget, we got basketball and more basketball in between the playoffs between the NFL and the college. So and then again, Christmas Day is a big day for the NBA. So a lot to look forward to this month. And check out that promo page, and you can make a little extra money on your favorite team if they win.
Neil, always a pleasure to visit with you.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we're having some things going on tonight. But we have in the studio with us Carlton Wing, who I believe is finishing up a career in the Arkansas House of Representatives.
We actually, I resigned about 60 days ago, a little over 60 days ago, to take my new post as the head of Arkansas Educational Television Network. You cannot work constitutionally for the executive branch and the legislative branch at the same time. And so I'd already announced that I was not going to run for re-election after 5 terms in the House. But then this kind of surprised me, came open, and you just can't say no to this opportunity. It is a neat opportunity. I'm very excited about it. But I did. I resigned my seat in the House of Representatives, and now I'm commuting to Conway every day.
For people that might not understand, that get all of their TV on cable or wherever they get it, tell us what AETN and PBS are.
Yeah, so AETN, I mean, when I was growing up, it was Channel 2
right
here in Little Rock, and that's how we grew up. It's the public television station. And we are the only border-to-border signal in the state. So we reach the entire state of Arkansas through all of the television markets. And a lot of folks, I mean, if you're here in central Arkansas, you're used to the Little Rock television stations. But up in Fayetteville, we've got a whole slew up there. We've got some in Jonesboro. And so we cover the whole state of Arkansas with our signal. We're in each television market. We reach people that don't get their signal any other way. A lot of folks, either if you can't afford cable, if broadband doesn't come your way, when we do remote events around the state, we have people coming up to us and saying, "You're the only TV station I get." There's one station.
Right.
That's it. And so it's very important. But education is our mantra. And in fact, one of the neat statistics that you can be proud of here in the state of Arkansas is that when COVID hit, within 2 weeks, and schools got canceled, within 2 weeks, we had kindergarten through 5th grade programming 5 hours a day for the rest of the school year, for the last 2 months of the school year. We were able to put that together within 2 weeks. And so we're kind of the state's insurance policy for things like that. Whenever you have disasters, the safest way to get the message out is over the air on our towers, because broadband and cable, satellite will all go out. But the safest, most dependable way to get the message out to the people in some pretty desperate situations is through our airwaves, and so that's why we provide them through our towers. We have 10 towers across the state.
And unlike network television, which is commercial based,
yes,
yours is not.
That's right. That's we have our FCC license is public television, and so we don't sell advertising. We have underwriting. Underwriting is different than advertising. There's no calls to action and things like that, and the advertiser is is far removed from the content of the programs. But we do have underwriters, and we're very, very grateful for them because they provide a very significant amount of the funding that keeps us going. We do get part of obviously a big chunk of our revenue from the state of Arkansas, recently from the federal, but that's a whole different matter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's we really rely on our viewers. You know, that they say viewers like you.
You know, you and I are the same age. We grew up together, and that you mentioned Channel 2, and I mean that was Sesame Street and Mr.
Yes.
Rogers and a lot of other things. I mean, you had Carl Sagan on there. What was the name of that program? Cosmos.
Cosmos, yeah.
Gosh, a lot of great things. You know, over the years, and you kind of made your bones in outdoor, content, hunting and fishing type of stuff. Are you going to bring a little bit of that flavor to AETN?
I'm so glad you asked that because that was not prompted, by the way. But yeah, absolutely.
The check is in the mail.
Yes. We are going to outdoors this thing up. I'll tell you this. So, the very first minute of my arrival at AETN, I walked into the building. I parked in the visitors' parking space. I walked into the building. The staff was ready. I really wanted, the first thing I did was to speak to the entire staff at AETN. Didn't go up to my office. Didn't do anything. I did not pass go. Went straight to the meeting. And I said, I told the team, I said, listen, I looked up the original charter of AETN back in 1966 when it first started. It says we are all about education, information, entertainment, and inspiration. Those 4 words was what they described what needed to be part of educational television in Arkansas. I told the group, I said, I'm going to add one word to that, and that's the outdoors. And I said, it will give you an acronym that you will never, ever forget, EIEIO. And I said, Old MacDonald is going to lead us to the promised land here. And so that's kind of really been a little bit of our map. Is we're going to add outdoors to this because it fulfills everything else in there as well. And as you know, Governor Sanders has made a big push that outdoors recreation is a huge part of Arkansas. We just had a new state park announced. So we're going to have 53 state parks here in the state of Arkansas as well. We are expanding what we're doing in the outdoors. It's a big part of our business. There's going to be educational curriculum in our schools about outdoors recreation to teach people about the careers that we have available in outdoors recreation, as well as respecting the land and conservation and all of that. So we're gonna do that. I called the Game and Fish Commission about a week in, and they said, man, when we heard you were taking over there, we were hoping a phone call like this was coming. And I said, well, here it is. Let's redo, because there used to be a lot of symmetry between the Game and Fish Commission and AETN. And so that's coming back. We're going to have more programs on the outdoors. We're going to celebrate what we do great in the natural state.
Well, and it makes sense because...
Hallelujah.
Amen, brother.
I'm looking at the clock here to make sure.
I'm just taking it all in, guys. I'm taking it all in.
So, outdoors is such a big part of the state, and there's so many facets to it. There's the hunting and the fishing, of course, and you can quantify that with license sales and things like that. But we've got the state parks, like you're talking about. We've had for some weeks now a representative from state parks on from a different one every week. And every one of them has something a little different in terms of hiking and mountain biking and rock climbing. Well, not just state parks. That's all over the place. You know, my daughter Sunday went to Cedar Falls at the Pettigene Mountain, and there's just so many things to highlight and to promote and to spotlight in this state. I think that AETN is just a great vehicle for that.
It is.
Almost as good as the Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Yeah, second to the Democrat Gazette,
right.
Yes. And in tandem, together, we could rule the world. Yes.
So we got about a minute to go for a break, but what are some of the some of the elements of your vision going forward with this, and we can come back to it on the other side. But kind of give us a primer.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see a lot more of Arkansas. We are going to tell you the story of Arkansas every day on your public television station. It's what you would come to expect from public television. We can do things that commercial television can't, and we're not here to compete against commercial television. They have their role, and it's very important. We are here to do things that you can only get through public television. We can talk about a little bit more about that on the other side of the break.
Sure. I was thinking back. I don't know if you remember back in the early 70s, the George Purvis show. Was that on AETN or was that on network TV?
Gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that little song that that's in my head, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And it had the dogs running through the woods and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you had George Purvis, and then you had kind of there seemed like there was another show that was on too. And Game and Fish has always been very heavily involved with with an outdoors presence in mass media. But we're going to talk about that on the other side of the break here with Carlton Wing. We've got Ray Tucker in Morganton, West Virginia, and Mr. Todd Pierce, the one and only, at the desk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
You buy elbow pads for the Black Friday battle? You're not going to need them because this year the Black Friday blowout at Gwatney Buick GMC has been stretched to all month long. So don't buy a turkey from another dealer. Head to Gwatney Buick GMC in North Little Rock. Get new Sierra 1500 up to 20% off MSRP. 2026 Terrains at just $279 a month. 2026 Buick Encore GX at just $199 a month. And don't forget the hottest crossover out there. 2025 Invista Preferred at just $179 per month. Black Friday is all month long. Zero chaos, zero drama, no combat. To get these Black Friday deals, you don't even have to camp out on our parking lot. It's the Black Friday blowout all month long at Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Call 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick GMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit. Sierra based on MSRP of $55,370. Terrain, Encore, and Vista are low mileage leases.
It's that time of the year where people start thinking about the holidays and Arkansas's many hunting seasons. So if you're headed south to the Deer Woods or a duck blind, you owe it yourself to stock up at Dixon Road Wine and Spirits. They're the first exit on 530 towards Pine Bluff. You'll find it easy on and easy off, and their prices are easier on your wallet. Their convenient drive-thru will have you on your way in a matter of minutes. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Dixon Road Wine and Spirits, where your dollar means more.
It's Justin Acre over here with Justin Workman from Coffin by Design West. And Justin, we need to help people get ready for winter.
Come by and see us for your faucet covers, the fireplace cleaners, fire log starters, air filter replacements, even our home generators. We've got you covered for all your winter needs.
And people are trying to get their yards right for the end of fall and into winter. And I know you guys have a lot of great products that can help them do that as well.
Yeah, so we carry the full line of steel products from leaf blowers, chainsaws. Also keep in mind that we do have an on-site technician.
Go by and see our friends at Coffin by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road. And check out their website, kaufmanlumber.com.
When second's making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Let's get a good hustle,
Two
good
things.
hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Lawrence Forrester in Cabot, Steve Fisher in Stuttgart, or Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff today.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas.
Yes, we are.
All right. Hey, Ray.
Hey, Brian. I've got something I want to share with you in Carlton. I don't know if you've done your Christmas shopping yet, but one of my favorite places in town is Best's Women's Boutique, Pleasant Ridge Town Center in West Little Rock. They are known for its fashionable selection of casual and work clothing, statement pieces, denim, shoes, handbags, and accessories. Again, that's at Pleasant Ridge Town Center out in West Little Rock. I promise you, if you can't find it at Vestas and you need some brownie points, you need to stop by Vestas. Tell them you heard it on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
I'll tell you what, we all need some brownie points.
it's a time of year for brownie points, yes.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Ray. I'm glad you mentioned that because it is gift time, and everybody's wondering, you know, what do you get the outdoorsman who probably has everything, and we all do. We've all got probably more guns than we need, but not as many as we want.
True.
You know, Carlton, what do you get somebody like that?
I've always found that I can never have enough pocket knives.
Yeah.
Or knives, period. I think I just find myself gravitating towards just a well-made knife that fits great in your hand. And so we kind of have our favorites there. You can't go wrong with that. A good solid flashlight as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's always, you know, something new or some LED option that, you know, I need a new spotlight for when I'm driving my boat, you know, so there's
I'm so glad
there.
you didn't say you needed a spotlight for when you're out hunting deer.
No.
Euphemistically speaking, it's when I'm driving my boat. That's
that would be counterintuitive, would it not?
No, and, you know, when you're out driving, you got to, even when you come in a little bit later than you wanted to, you got to find the dock and all of that.
Yeah, got to find the door and get in without making too much noise.
Yeah, but you know, and I can always, it's always a safe bet for me if you can get me Zoom brush hogs for the stalking, I'm a happy man because I'm going to go through those. Yeah.
You know, golly, now we're talking. You got us all primed up for spring already.
Yes.
We're gonna just kind of leapfrog past Christmas with the Zoom brush hogs and get out on the Buffalo River and do our thing.
Amen.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. You know, lures. I was over at. They're not advertising with us, so I'm not going to mention their name, but I was at one of those big stores yesterday, and the advances made in the quality of reticulated, you know, jointed swim baits now.
Oh, yeah.
Things that look like bluegills and things like that. Stuff that used to cost $100 is now, you know, you can get it, you know, under 10, and they work.
Yeah. And if you want to jump up a little bit, if you're looking for that special gift, those Curado backlashless reels are amazing. And if you know anybody who's ever had a really, really bad backlash and you're working on it for half an hour, it's that just eats into your fishing time. Those are nice reels.
How many times, Carlton, have you reared back to cast, caught the lure on the side of a canoe and took off with it, and just watched the line boil up out of there?
That's a sick feeling. I have one worse than that, though. I was taking a buddy out fishing, and I had told him, stay back. Just stay back over there. And he just kept creeping up and creeping up, and I did not realize he was where he was. And I went back, and it hooked right into his scalp. And
I told you.
So at first I was mad at the backlash, and then I had to start dealing with a little first aid situation. He's fine. He's He's recovered nicely.
So did that become a permanent piercing in a very odd spot?
You know, it was fortunately it was right in his hair. So, and it just went in one barb. Did the old little trick where you say, all right, I'm going to pull it out on the count of 3, 1.
Yep.
And it was fine.
You know, people are
amazing. I went through that one, Brian.
Yeah, that was a great day, but thank goodness that worked. We never did find that hook. That thing, popped it out, and we heard it ting, ting, ting somewhere, and never saw it again. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. We've all got hook stories. I mean, if you're fished, you've been hooked on fishing at least once, and We've all got them.
There was fly fishing on one of those trout parks in Missouri one time, and a lady hooked my son, and broke it off, and my son's crying and everything. Well, we did that, not a problem. And the lady's kid came up and said, "My mom wants to know if she can have her fly back." I said, "Yeah, she can if she'll come up and ask for it." So she didn't. Yeah. So we kept the fly.
Was it a barbless fly?
It was not a barbless fly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Then you have to pay a little price for that.
So and other things. I tell you what. My book has been out St. Thomas Cathedral almost 2.5 years, and it still is relevant now as it was. And there's a nice review of that, sort of a review plug for that in Arkansas Living magazine in the latest issue of that. Thank you, Carlton, for that. That was very kind of you to do that.
You bet. And that was one of those things. I mean, so my wife and I write a column every month in Arkansas Living magazine, and for December we thought, let's do a little gift guide, but let's do a different kind of a gift guide because we can do the normal things that we all might want, but a lot of people don't think about books. And when you can't get outside, inside is a great way to escape outside, at least in your mind. And it can kind of inspire us for our next outdoors trip. And so we went through, and I picked some different books that are not like on the current, like they've just been released. It's just some things that you can go out and find that are great. But number one on my list was St. Thomas Cathedral. And I just really, really enjoyed that book because as somebody who I've not turkey hunted.
We got to change that.
I know, and I look forward to that. But when you think about, can you write a book about turkey hunting that a non-turkey hunter can absolutely love and appreciate? And that's what this book is about, because you tie in all of the things that make turkey hunting great and aspirational, because there are deer hunters that are very avid about it. But then your next step up above that is the avid element of the turkey hunters. And so you weave in some lessons of life with the outdoors, and you do it in a way it's an enjoyable read. It's a meaningful read. You'll after you finish the book, you're a better person.
Well, thank you for that, and contact me if you want a signed copy of that at Brian, BRYAN.Hendricks860@gmail.com, and we'll fix you up, hardback or paperback. Appreciate that. But I tell you what, that was a book that was as much fun to write as it is to read, I think, and books they're hard. They take a lot of time. They take up your life, but that thing was a absolute joy from the first word to the last. I really enjoyed that. So what else you got on your mind as far as gifts? We talked about knives. You can't ever go wrong with a new shotgun.
Yeah, knives, lures. Everybody can always use some new ammo. I mean, that way you don't have to feel guilty about heading out to the range or lining things up there. So that's good.
Fiocchi has got a huge presence in this state now.
Yeah, they do.
And they make great ammunition, rifle, handgun, and shotguns. So if that's we kind of consider them a sort of a homegrown company, even though they're Italian. They've got a plant here where they make primers, and they're also the sponsor of the Game and Fish's shooting sports complex in Mayflower.
Yeah. Another thing that just came to mind is pick a weekend and have a gift card to go take your significant other to one of our state park lodges. There's some amazing ones. They've updated a lot of the state parks that have really got upgraded accommodations. Nice place. Get out, get away from the city, and really enjoy what's outside here in Arkansas, because there's so many places you can go in every corner of the state and find something neat to explore.
Yes, there is, and we got a new one right here in Central Arkansas, I believe. We're going to talk about it on the other side of the break here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Arkansas Round Ballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, make Double B's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in and around central Arkansas, there's a location near you. Stop by your nearest Double B's location and get a hot and fresh Double B's blend cup of coffee. It's always hot and fresh. And don't forget your favorite snacks. Many locations have hot delis where you can pick up a hot breakfast sandwich to start your day off right. Remember, it's Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
In today's digital world, compliance isn't just a box to check, it's a necessity. Network Services Group will help you navigate the complex landscape of cybersecurity regulations, making sure your business stays compliant and secure. Stay ahead of the curve. Focus on what really matters, growing your business. Network Services Group, your partner in compliance for banks and medical organizations.
Network Services Group. One call does it all.
The next time you travel to El Dorado and need overnight accommodations, the Haywood Hotel is where you need to stay. The Haywood El Dorado Tapestry Collection by Hilton is a great place to stay if you're in South Arkansas, listening to live music or playing the challenging Mystic Creek Golf Club. Take time and relax in their bar for a drink before going out on the town for dinner. The Haywood, 210 South Washington, right in the heart of downtown El Dorado. Search the Haywood El Dorado on the web or call 800-293-0718 for reservations. The Haywood, a Beechwood hospitality property.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Welcome back to the final segment of this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors for all our listeners out there. Probably, I guess, 9 months out of the year, we come your way 7 to 8 o'clock on 103.7 The Buzz on Monday evenings during the college basketball season, depending on how the John Calipari show pans out. We're 8 to 9 o'clock, and we appreciate all you folks being flexible and joining us. Carlton Wing, I want to say this before I bow out of here tonight. You're a tremendous ambassador for our state of Arkansas. I've known you a long time. Brian's known you since y'all were playmates together when you were kids. But anyway, I am excited about your new venture and what you bring to our state of Arkansas.
I thank you very much, Ray. I appreciate that. I've treasured our friendship as well, and learned a lot from you over the years as well. So it's great. Thank you for those kind words.
You know, we were talking earlier before the break about a new state park. We've alluded to it. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Blanchard Springs is 50. I kind of thought it already was a state park. So,
no, that's actually a federal was a federal recreation area.
So I was thrilled. It's like, okay, great. I think Pettigene's going to make a good state park sometime soon as well. but yeah, no, that's really cool. I mean, and to get up to 53, so that's good. There's just so many things to see and do here, and I continually am amazed at how the wide variety of things that you can experience here. To underground, caves and caverns and all of that. That's just a great thing, and I'm grateful that Governor Sanders has put such an emphasis on this, because it does highlight what we have. It teaches our kids that are coming up that there are good things to see right here in the natural state. You don't have to travel far, and there are great careers as well. I tell you, one of the things on our TV show called Arkansas's Great Outdoors, that's the one that airs Sunday mornings at 7:30 on Channel 11. We have an opportunity. We go to a lot of the state parks, and I interview these park interpreters. They have the best job in the world. I have yet to meet an unhappy park interpreter. They love what they do. They know that they've got the job of a lifetime, and they just absolutely love sharing the outdoors with the people who come. So when you go to these state parks, take advantage of that opportunity to attend one of their classes and learn about what makes that park special, whether it's the foliage or the wildlife or the landscape. There are all kinds of things to learn. They can't wait.
That tells you what he thinks of that conversation.
Yeah. Bye, Ray. Don't go.
The funny thing about that is that we have an interpreter or superintendent park every week, and it's always funny. I kind of like to. Well, Mount Nebo is a good spot. Oh, yeah, it's a nice little place, but not. Yeah. We.
They love their
place.
Park.
Yeah.
Here's why we're better.
That's right, and they tell us about it. What goes into transferring a national property into state, like Blanchard?
I don't know what that is, but I know, when you're dealing with land, I know west of Little Rock, when you're talking about Rattlesnake Ridge and Blue Mountain and going beyond. I mean, they're talking about going beyond all the way out to the Ouachitas. Whatever is going on there is significant, but it preserves the land for us. But there's that land transfer and how that all works. That's above my pay grade, but I'm sure grateful it's there.
Well, we talk so much. There's so much national press about all the great things that are going on in Northwest Arkansas. A lot of it having to do with the generosity of the Waltons and everything. But we got some great stuff going on here in Central Arkansas too, just like you were talking about.
Yeah,
great recreational opportunities for people that want to hike and mountain bike and camp and everything else. And I don't think we hold a second fiddle to anybody. And speaking of fiddles,
yeah, that's right. Yes, hey, you tune in to Arkansas's Great Outdoors. So one of the things with me moving up to this role with AETN. My wife is doing a lot more with Arkansas's Great Outdoors, which still airs. Yeah, my wife Lee, she's going to be doing a lot more on camera. She is far more attractive than I am, and so they will be very, very grateful to be able to see, our viewers will. But she plays violin in the Arkansas Symphony Orchestra, has played violin since she was 6 years old, does a fabulous job. Depending on the song, she will play either the violin or the fiddle. And so we have some bluegrass that we've dropped into some of our shows, and you can find us on YouTube, and you can see some of those as well. We put them up on our social media. But she just shot a piece with the lead harpist from the Arkansas Symphony Orchestra. The two of them played a duet together. They played Meditation by Sibelius. And it just blends in so nicely with the serene, beautiful scenery in Arkansas. And they go out into a woodsy setting, and they played it there. And it's gonna look amazing, and it's gonna sound amazing as well. So you've got that. You might remember back in February, we went and did a field trip to Wisconsin on a frozen lake, Lake Elizabeth, in the southern part of Wisconsin, and she played Vivaldi's Winter there. And so we got some beautiful shots with that. But she's played a bunch of bluegrass, gone up to Searcy, and she has been teaching at Harding University for about 7.5 years, and a couple of her students there, they played a trio and did a little bluegrass on the banks of the Little Red River there, and it was just amazing as well. So you get to see some more of that on Arkansas's Great Outdoors. It's a good reason to tune in.
Well, it just goes to show that the images of Arkansas Outdoors have changed and evolved, become more modern, become more cool, I guess. You know, we kind of associate everything with the bluegrass thing, and I'm glad to see that in there. And Carlton Wing, we're gonna take off here. Thank you for joining us tonight on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Thank you, Ray. Travel safely. Get the Trojans a victory for us while you're out there, and join us next week on 103.7 The Buzz. Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Boom.